Welcome to T10 Info TVSK channel. My name is Syed here with the latest news for 6 September 2023. Saudi Arabia and Iran Football Federation agreed to start a new era of cooperation. The Saudi Arabia Football Federation and the Iranian Football Federation has signed a memorandum of understanding for the start of a new era of cooperation between the two sides. SAFF President Yasser Al-Mishal and his Iranian counterpart Mehdi Taj signed the MOU in ceremony held at the SAFF headquarters in Riyadh on Monday. Saudi Arabia extends production cut by 1 million barrel per day for 3 months. An official source from the Ministry of Energy has confirmed that Saudi Arabia will extend its voluntary oil production cut of 1 million barrels per day for additional 3 months. This reduction was first implemented in July and subsequently extended through August and September. The extension will now continue for an additional 3 months, concluding the end of December 2023. India's government replaced India with ancient name Bharat in dinner invitation to G20 guests. Prime Minister Narendra Modi government has replaced the name India with Sanskrit word in dinner invitation sent to guests attending his week group of 20 summit, in a move that reflects his Hindu Nationalist Party efforts to eliminate what it says a colonial era names. Indian President Draupadi Murmu is referred to as President of Bharat instead of President of India in the invitation sent to G20 attendees. The nation of more than 1.4 billion people is officially known by two names, India and Bharat, but the former is most commonly used both domestically and internationally. Philippines says ready to chair ASEAN in 2026 instead of Myanmar. It is my pleasure to announce that the Philippines is ready to take the helm and chair ASEAN in 2026, Marcos told Association of Southeast Asian Nation Leaders. Marcos did not say why Manila was taking over the chair from Myanmar. UK regulator approved updated Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine. The UK drug regulator said on Tuesday it has approved an updated COVID-19 vaccine by Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech that target only the Omicron XBB 1.5 subvariant. The vaccine, which like the other COVID shots will also be sold under brand Comirnaty, has been approved for use in individuals aged 6 months and above, the Medicine and Healthcare Product Regulatory Agency said. France in talks with Niger official over troops withdrawal. France has started talks with some Niger army officials over withdrawing some troops from the African country following a coup in July, Le Monde reported on Tuesday. Israel military kills 2 Palestinians in West Bank. Israeli troops killed a Palestinian militant during an army raid in the West Bank on Tuesday, Palestinian health officials said, while elsewhere in the occupied territory a Palestinian gunman opened fire at Israeli soldiers one before being shot and killed. The events mark the latest violence to roil the territory during one of the most violent stretches of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in nearly 2 decades. Israel has pressed on with near nightly raids in the West Bank while Palestinian militants have ramped up shooting attacks against Israelis. Egypt resumes commercial flight to Sudan for the first time since the war. Egypt on Tuesday resumed direct commercial flight to Sudan for the first time since a devastating war broke out between Sudan's rival general earlier this year. A flight operated by Egypt national carrier Egypt Air was received in the Sudanese coastal city of Port Sudan by Sami Farouk, Egypt Consul General. He said Egypt Air would operate a weekly round trip to Port Sudan according to state-run MENA news agency. Global Congress on Population to be organized annually in Egypt. Egypt President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi announced on Tuesday that the Global Congress on Population, Health and Development will be organized in the North African country annually. El-Sisi remark came as he addressed the Congress, which continue until Friday in the new administrative capital. Expo City Dubai launches region first AI Film Festival. A new artificial intelligence film festival launched by Expo City Dubai will explore the use of AI in creative storytelling and filmmaking. The artificial intelligence film festival, which will run for about 6 months, is the first event of its kind in the region, Emirates News Agency reported. GCC and Japan summit to discuss trade energy. Riyadh will host a meeting between Gulf Cooperation Council Foreign Minister and their Japanese counterpart Hayashi Yoshimasa on September 7. The meeting, which is being held as part of the 157th Gulf Ministerial Council, will discuss a free trade agreement and cooperation on renewable energy sources. Japan's Kyodo News Agency reported that Iran's nuclear program may also be discussed. Malawi President affirms support for Saudi bid to host Expo 2030. Malawi's President Lazarou Chakwera affirmed his country's full support for Saudi Arabia bid to host Expo 2030 on Tuesday. During a meeting with Saudi Royal Court advisor Ahmed Abdulaziz Katan in Lilongwe, Chakwera also welcomed the first Saudi African Summit in the 5th Arab African Summit that will be held in the kingdom's last this year. Makkah Deputy Governor to honor winner of King Abdulaziz Quran competition on Wednesday. The Deputy Governor of Makkah, Prince Badr bin Sultan, will honor the winner of the King Abdulaziz International Competition for the memorization, recitation and interpretation of the Holy Quran on Wednesday evening. Prince Badr will honor the winner on behalf of King Salman after the Isha prayer, the last prayer of the day. Minister of Islamic Affairs, Dawah and Guidance Abdul Latif Al-Sheikh expressed his appreciation for the Saudi leadership's constant support for the competition and said it is testimony to the kingdom's effort to care for the teaching of the Holy Quran. Israel opened an embassy in Bahrain 3 years after normalizing relation. Israel official opened its embassy in Bahrain on Monday 3 years after normalization relation. According to Arab News, Israel Foreign Minister Eli Cohen attended the official opening ceremony of the diplomatic mission during his visit to Bahrain, which was attended by a delegation of businessmen and government officials. The family of Pakistani Faiz Muhammad, who was arrested in India, is waiting for a phone call. During the day when Faiz Muhammad was working as a tailor in a company in Dubai, he met the Indian girl named Neha Fatima, who was looking for a job. The friendship between the two soon turned into love, and Faiz Muhammad married Neha Fatima. He also had a son. Both were living a happily married life in Dubai but soon get separated when Neha Fatima moved to India with her son. They could only communicate with each other over the phone now, but Faiz Mohammed was eager to meet his wife and son. Therefore, he consulted his friends and decided to go to India. Faiz Mohammed reached India via Nepal, assisted by his father-in-law Sheikh Zubair and mother-in-law Afzal Begum. He had assured Faiz to prepare local documents. Along with making a fake birth certificate of Faiz Mohammed, he also tried to register him as his son in the official record of Mohammed Ghaus, but he could not escape from the police and Faiz Mohammed was arrested. Security concerns more delay in PIA flight to Europe and UK. The resumption of Pakistani international airline flights to Europe and the United Kingdom has once again come to a standline due to a security advisor issued by the European Union Aviation Safety Agency. In this regard, the departure of the delegation sent to Pakistan by the host country to inspect the quality of PIA has been postponed. Pakistan expected that after the visit of European and the UK Civil Aviation Authority to Pakistan during the quality audit of PIA, the way of flights would be paved. In the light of this expectation from Finance Minister Ishaq Dar said in June this year, I had announced that PIA flights to UK would start in September. PTA President Pervez Ilahi arrested again 8 minutes after release. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf President Pervez Ilahi has been arrested again by Islamabad police immediately after his release. Islamabad police wrote on X handle on Tuesday that Pervez Ilahi was arrested by police stations CTD in case number 323. Keep in mind that Islamabad police tweeted at 6:22 that Pervez Ilahi was sent away on the orders of the court, but exactly 8 minutes later, 6:30 pm, it was reported by tweeting from the same handle that Pervez Ilahi was arrested by CTD police station in case number 323. Earlier, the Islamabad High Court suspended the order of arrest of Chaudhry Pervez Ilahi under 3 MPO and ordered his immediate release. Timetable of up to 283 trains in Northern Railway affected due to G20 summit in India. The G20 Leaders Summit has led to cancellation, short termination and rescheduling of to 283 trains by Northern Railway between September 8 to 11. This includes at least 155 passenger train, while 4 trains on September 8 were affected. On September 9, at least 62 passenger train originating from or terminating at Delhi Sarai Rohila, New Delhi, Panipat, Bulandshahr, Hazrat Nizamuddin, Shakur Basti, Rewari, Ghaziabad, Shamali, Ambala, Jind, Sharanpur, Kurukshetra have been hit. First meeting of India Coordination Committee to be held on September 13 in Delhi. The first meeting of the 14-member Coordination Committee of Indian National Development and Inclusive Alliance will be held on September 13 at Sharad Pawar's residence in Delhi. The primary agenda on the table is to fix deadlines for the immediate tasks, seat sharing, presenting president document, common manifesto and finalizing the dates for joint campaign rallies. China sends deliberate signals to India West as Xi Jinping skips G20. With Chinese President Xi Jinping skipping a G20 summit for the first time, Beijing is sending deliberate signals to India and the West by essentially downgrading its involvement in a key international forum, according to current and former officials and people familiar with Beijing thinking. That's all in today's headlines. Keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and do hit the bell icon to receive notification and more updates.